Yo, what up? Ballin' Buds. He is the MLB insider, the all knowledgeable about the sport of baseball. My friend and partner, Mike Wheby. Welcome him to the show, please, everyone.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Mike Wheby.
Well, good to see you again.
Hey, we haven't seen you since Jake got the Heat series totally wrong.
Well, look, I'm
man.
here literally hat in hand to every one of you because Flo, we saw what happened here,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Omar, I just watched the Celtics just put the switch to my Wizards.
Right.
Woo!
And you're
Wow.
a Giants fan, right?
Right. So yeah, the Celtics look. I told Omar that I thought the Celtics could push that 70 mark
Well,
this
you
year.
know what's funny about
That
that is
71
when
mark.
I was watching that blowout where they went up 43-19 in the first quarter over the Zards, I texted my dad and I was like,
Or the
damn it,
the
man.
Bullets, as used to be known.
I texted my dad. I was like, damn, man. And he's like, what? We're up by like 30. And I was like, no, they haven't started selling
Selling what? Oh,
Enlightening stuff right there.
oh wow. Haven't started selling. Oh, and then we lose him.
Yep. I hadn't started
Omar,
selling
what
period.
happened? Omar, you left us hanging.
Yeah, it was tough, but
It was a cliffhanger.
fun to watch. But we'll see.
What'd
if
you
they
say?
can stay
Oh,
healthy.
hey, there you are. You're back, Omar. You said you left us. They haven't started selling, and then you went.
Oh,
You
I
froze
dropped
up.
off right at the. I
Yeah,
dropped off
right when
at
you
the-
said that. Yeah.
Oh, damn, not right at the climax. All right.
Yeah.
No, I said, damn, they're not even selling the NBA Finals tickets yet. That is how confident I am feeling.
Oh
right now.
wow, nice.
Wow.
I told, because me and my dad, we went to the. Mike Wheby knows this, but me and my dad went to the Boston Celtics when they beat the Bucks, Game
Okay.
7 in Boston a couple
Oh,
years
wow.
ago. We would
Yeah.
go to the finals when they
Oh,
went.
okay.
So if they go,
Well,
we
that's
will be
nice.
there.
Good deal. Well, good luck on NBA. We're gonna talk about NBA in a minute, but we're gonna wrap up. Like I said, the World Series. Final thoughts on the World Series. My Rangers take it 4-1. One more time, in case you haven't heard. I called it. I said my Rangers are going
Yes,
to
sir.
the World Series. I thought it was gonna go 6, but hey, I said I would take 5. I don't care.
It was a buzzsaw, man. I mean, every couple of years, you just see some team come in, and it was weird because the same thing
Right.
happened with Arizona. Just these buzzsaws come in,
Right.
and they're just on fire, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right. Hey, so Mike, since you're Ballin' Buds insider, give us some final thoughts on. Let's start first with the World Series, and then we'll go into a couple of questions, about the end of the season. But sum up for us what happened in that World Series. What did the Diamondbacks do wrong? What did the Rangers do right? What was kind of the tenor of that series?
From what I saw, the only thing the Diamondbacks did wrong was be 24. Like 3/4 of their team is 25 years old.
Okay.
And the Rangers,
Right.
they built a monster. I mean, they spent a lot of money, and they went out there and they got beast guys that are just monsters offensively, and they did what they were supposed to do. They
Right.
went out there and they mashed the ball, and they did what they did the whole offseason.
Right.
They just smash teams, and then
And yeah, I was worried about our bullpen, so I was surprised. That was my big worry. I know our bullpen was kind of our weakness. How did we survive that? It was just putting in the right guys at the right time, and then our bats went off at the right time, or
you had two good starters. I mean, it's the typical old school like recipe to win the World Series.
right,
Hit dongs and have two ace pitchers that can go out there. And during the regular season, people might not have looked at Evaldi and Montgomery that way, but that's what they were in the
Right.
offseason. They went
Right.
out there and they shut everyone down that came in front of them. I watched it just about every single game. So you had enough pitching. The starters
Right.
stayed in there long enough to where you didn't have to worry about those middle relief guys. You went right from the starters right to the back end of
Right.
the bullpen and cut out the middleman that's really just there for the regular season. You don't need
Right.
them in the playoffs. So if you keep your starters in, that's what's going to happen. If you can
and we
match,
even lost
you
Max.
got
Yeah,
your starters, you're good.
Yeah, and here's one question I got for you about my Rangers for next year, and then I'll let Omar kind of give us, some of his thoughts or questions he might have for you, and then the other guys you can, and Jake, you can give some questions for Mike. But what do you think our chances are to, we can probably bring back most of our pitching staff except probably Jordan Montgomery. How hard should we go after him, or can we replace him in the offseason?
Yeah,
if he's going to be a free agent.
Someone's going to pay him, and you guys are already paying enough for. There's enough sunk cost there already in your pitching staff. Is
there a chance we can lure him back?
Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to do the same thing next year. The trade deadline, go out and get you a starter.
Okay.
There's nobody, even their front office didn't expect him to be as good as he was. It was incredible.
Right.
It was an incredible run by a player that's never pitched like that before. Good for him. Good for them. They did the right thing. I wouldn't pay him. Someone's going to pay him.
Right.
I don't think a team with a $200 payroll can go out there, and I don't think Jordan Montgomery is the guy they want to add. If they want to,
he's going to be too expensive for us.
Yeah, they're going to want to spend that money on Blake Snell or someone like that instead.
Okay. All right, Sports Professor, you got something for Mike?
Yeah. First things first. Let me back up my MLB insider here for a second. I completely agree with him. I do not think they should re-sign Jordan Montgomery. I think they can get some arms for cheaper that will allow them to maybe get a couple arms instead of just paying him a lot. Or, like he mentioned, you can go out and get somebody who I think, although older, maybe a little better right now in Blake Snell. That being said, also agreeing with Mike is that the Texas Rangers, and you said this too, Flo, y'all dealt with the most injuries all year long. The postseason was no different with Max Scherzer getting hurt. But what they were was the best word I heard said was Mike when he said they were a buzzsaw. The Texas Rangers outscored their opponents by nearly an average of, or over an average of 4 runs a game. The biggest mark since I take Jake's Yankees back in 2019. They scored the most runs of any postseason team, and their ERA they were running was 2 points below their regular season ERA.
Right.
So you have a team that is out there, like Mike Wheby said, went out and y'all, I mean, we got to be up front. Y'all paid for the team. Y'all bought the team.
Hey!
Y'all bought the bets.
Hey,
so
however you got to do it, man. It obviously worked.
I'm glad it worked.
I wish my team would spend money like that for players like that, but they don't.
I was a little concerned when we lost Garcia, because he was really lighting it up. That was my only concern. But I know we had other bats, but still, I just got a little concerned when we lost him.
Yeah, I think your problem's going to be the regular season next year.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, man. I think Scherzer is completely washed.
Okay.
You'll have to worry, I think, more about getting into the playoffs than being able to mash once you get in the playoffs. That's a playoff team. Right. It's not a regular season team.
Okay.
So,
that's a great point. Yeah, and you still have Evaldi, who had a great
You still have Evaldi. He played. Yeah, he played well.
The other thing is that team is loaded with like 36-year-old pitchers. I mean,
right. Yeah.
Those are arms that tend to wear down and not be there come August. So I don't know that I've ever seen Evaldi pitch in August, 2 Augusts in a row.
Right. Okay, Kyan, you got anything for Mike?
Hey man, my baseball guy. Hey, so what happens when you have a team like the Atlanta Braves that have a phenomenal season and they have a complete meltdown when it comes? I mean, how do you do? Do you trade off some guys? Do you bring in new guys? Do you regroup? I mean, what happens when you have such a great season like that and you get to the playoffs and you choke?
Look, the Atlanta Braves that I saw this year, maybe one of the 5 best teams I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm 44 years old. One of the best teams I've ever seen in my life. They were loaded everywhere. They could pitch. They could play defense. They could run. They had bullpens at front end, back end of the bullpen. They had everything. Sometimes, you fight all year, you grind the whole time to roll the dice in the playoffs. And sometimes you're able to do what the Rangers just did. The Rangers were they the last wild card team to get in? Sometimes you barely get in and you run the table. The Diamondbacks won, they barely were over 500.
5 and 6 seeds they were.
It's a tournament. I mean,
right.
You grind all year for a chance to roll those dice, and no, you bring that same team back. Maybe you get another middle of the bullpen arm or something like that. But nah, that team, you keep bringing that team back because we're going to win more than one with that team.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
And
Mike.
because and let me add to that real quick to back Mike up. They are.
All right, then you go.
Cost,
go ahead, Jake. After him.
They are cost controlled. They have all of their young players under awesome contracts for like 7 years, under $100 million for all of their young stars, Acuna and so on. So, yeah.
Yep.
This is my biggest news for the offseason, Wheby. Good to see you, my brother.
I love how he's Wemby now. He's
Wemby now. My guy Wemby.
Hey, I've been called a lot worse, so you know.
I gotta call him Wemby because he reminds me of Wembanyama, the GOAT.
Oh, okay. Compliment, I guess.
Otani. Is there a chance he's leaving the Angels? That's going to be the biggest news all offseason.
You probably want him at the Yankees. That's probably your problem.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I don't think there's a chance. I think it's guaranteed he's leaving the Angels.
Oh.
That team's not any good, and they're not going to be any good for a little while. So he's going to want to
go
go
like a
somewhere.
LeBron James in the offseason when you're waiting to see where he's going. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea right now?
It's tough, man, because look, he's 29. He'll be 30 soon. He's not going to pitch for a whole year. He's going to want 10, 12 years on that contract, and it's going to be tough. I mean, there's a lot of guys that can hit you 40 home runs. There's not a lot of guys that can do both, but we don't know what he's going to look like when he gets back. So someone's going to pay him a lot of money. I think it's going to be someone out west, Seattle,
San
Francisco, someplace you can get a quick flight back home. I think it'll be someone out west still, but yeah, someone's going to pay him. I don't think it's going to be an East Coast team that's going to get him, but he's going to get paid.
Okay. I just wanted to know, man. I'm ready.
Hey, Jake, if you're ready for some Shohei news, the whole offseason is going to be the Shohei show. Okay, you're talking about a guy who just came off arguably the best single season of anybody, over 300, 44
even with the injury,
even with the injury, over 100 runs scored, stole 20 bases. Then he went out and was 10-5 with a 3.14 ERA. Shohei is a true definition of a unicorn. He is a 12 WAR player that's wins above replacement, and that's really hard to do. And he does it as both a batter and a pitcher. So as Wheby so astutely said, someone's going to pay him a lot, and I'm thinking it's going to be around 10 years, $500 million. And my guess would be that he goes to the Dodgers.
Okay. Hey, Mike. So, in your opinion, since we're talking about Shohei, do you think he should just focus on either pitching or batting, or just continue to do what he's been doing and try and do both?
Well, I think for the next year, he's going to have to focus on batting.
Okay.
But
all right, for sure. I'm saying for the in the foreseeable future.
No, absolutely not. No, he's great at both, and it's weird because after this year, it doesn't matter, right? Okay. After this year, he's going to get paid. Those contracts are guaranteed. So if he falls off the table pitching, okay,
you just focus on batting,
focus on hitting. If he all of a sudden can't hit a breaking ball, great, focus on pitching.
He's got options. What you're saying?
Yeah, and God, I wish I was half as good at either one of them as he is. But right now, I look at Shohei Ohtani like you ever had a friend who brought over like his smoking hot girlfriend, and she was like, "Yeah, we're not gonna have sex till after we're married." Like you got a whole year.
A
whole year of just watching him hit and not getting to watch him pitch at all. Like you gotta wait.
Let's keep this G here.
Painfully wait. So
that's tremendous.
It'll be fun. Great. It'll be interesting. Someone's gonna pay him though.
All right, so y'all got any final thoughts for the World Series or anything in Major League Baseball for our insider Mike Wheby, or as Outtake likes to call him, Wheby?
Yeah,
Mike Wheby. Mike, who was your Cy Young and your MVP this year?
I think Ohtani's got the MVP no matter how you look at it. I think Acuna in the National League.
Yeah.
And for the Cy Youngs, I like Snell and Garrett Cole.
Yeah,
I think those four are kind of locks for me, to be honest with you. I think those four are going to happen. So
okay,
perfect,
nice,
awesome.
All right, we appreciate you, Mike Wheby, the baseball insider.
Anytime.
Wheby.